Your engine could be shaking because of this one small part, your spark plug. It's tiny, but it's mighty. When it goes bad, your whole car feels it. One little spark plug can make your car run rough, shake, and even stall at the worst times. Think about it. You're sitting at a red light and suddenly your steering wheel starts to vibrate. The car feels like it's jumping up and down. You might even worry that something big is broken. But most of the time, it's just this one small part. Spark plugs are the spark that fires up each cylinder in your engine. If one fails, your engine can't run smoothly. That's why fixing it is so important, and you can do it yourself, fast. Let's break down the signs, the tools, and the steps so you can get back on the road with a smooth, happy engine. If your engine shakes or vibrates, that's a classic sign of a misfire. You might also notice a rough idle, where the engine doesn't run smooth. And if the check engine light comes on, that's your car asking for help. But don't worry, most misfires are easy to fix with simple tools. Spark plugs are small, unassuming components in your car's engine. They might seem insignificant at first glance, but they have a big job. A really big job, in fact. They're absolutely essential for your engine to run smoothly and efficiently. They create the spark, that tiny burst of electricity, that lights the fuel in your engine. It's the initial combustion that sets everything in motion, powering your vehicle forward. Without that spark, there's no combustion. Every time your engine turns, the spark plug fires. It's a constant, repetitive process happening multiple times per second. If it can't make a good spark, if the spark is weak or inconsistent, the engine cylinder won't work right. This leads to what's known as a misfire, where the fuel isn't properly ignited. Over time, spark plugs wear out. It's a natural process as the constant sparking erodes the electrode. The tip gets dirty or burned. Deposits can build up, interfering with the spark's ability to jump the gap. When that happens, the spark isn't strong enough. It struggles to ignite the fuel mixture effectively. That's when you get shaking, that unsettling vibration. Rough idle, where the engine sputters and struggles to maintain a steady speed. And even trouble starting your car. The engine might crank and crank but fail to fire up. In most cars, spark plugs should be changed every 30,000 to 100,000 miles. Consult your owner's manual for the specific recommendation for your vehicle. Bad spark plugs are one of the most common reasons for engine misfires. They're often the first suspect when diagnosing engine performance issues. They're cheap, relatively speaking, compared to other engine components, and easy to replace. With a little know-how, you can often tackle this job yourself. That's why mechanics always check them first when you have engine trouble. It's a simple and cost-effective way to rule out a potential problem. You don't need fancy tools or special skills to change them. It's a great DIY project for the average car owner. If you replace your spark plugs and ensure they are properly gapped and torqued, you'll probably fix your engine misfire right away. You'll notice a smoother idle and improved performance. Let's get into the tools you'll need so you can get started on this simple repair. You don't need a big toolbox for this job. Here's what you need: a socket wrench, a spark plug socket. It's got a rubber insert to hold the plug, an extension bar, and a ratchet handle. That's really it for most cars. You'll also want a small socket for any bolts holding down the spark plug wires or coils. A magnetic pickup tool is handy if you drop a plug. A torque wrench is nice for tightening the new plugs, but honestly, it's not required for beginners. Bring a clean rag to wipe away dirt. You might need a can of compressed air to blow away dust before you remove the plugs. Finally, have your new spark plugs ready, and make sure they match your car's engine. With these simple tools, you're ready to get started. Safety first. Before you even think about touching anything under the hood, make sure your engine is completely cool. A hot engine can cause severe burns, and we definitely want to avoid that. Give it ample time to cool down. Usually a couple of hours after the car has been running is sufficient. Once the engine is cool, pop open your hood and take a look inside. Your mission is to locate the spark plug wires or the ignition coils. These are what connect to your spark plugs, delivering the electrical current needed for ignition. Sometimes, there might be covers or bolts holding the wires or coils in place. If so, remove any covers carefully. You might need a wrench or a screwdriver to unscrew the bolts. Keep these bolts in a safe place so you don't lose them. Now it's time to disconnect the wire or coil from the spark plug. The key here is to pull it straight up with a firm, steady motion. Avoid twisting or yanking, as this could damage the wire or the connector. With the wire or coil removed, you'll need a special tool, a spark plug socket and an extension. This socket is designed to fit snugly around the spark plug, and the extension will give you the reach you need to access the plugs deep within the engine. Carefully guide the socket, with the extension attached, down into the spark plug well. Make sure the socket is fully seated on the old plug before you start to unscrew it. Once the socket is firmly in place, grab your wrench and turn it counterclockwise to loosen the spark plug. It might take a bit of force to break it free, especially if it's been in there for a while. After it's loose, you should be able to remove it by hand or with the help of the extension. Pull it out gently and carefully. Now, take a good look at the old plug. If it's excessively dirty, oily, or the electrode is worn down, that's a clear sign that it was time for a replacement. Examining the old plug can also give you clues about your engine's overall health. Grab your new, shiny spark plug. Before installing it, it's crucial to check the gap at the tip. This gap needs to match the specifications for your specific car model, which you can find in your owner's manual or online. When installing the new plug, start by threading it in by hand. This is super important to prevent cross-threading, which can damage the threads in the engine block. Once you've got it snug by hand, use your wrench to give it a final tightening. But remember, don't over-tighten. Spark plugs need to be snug, but excessive force can damage the plug or the engine. A gentle snug is all you need. Now put the wire or coil back onto the new spark plug, making sure it's securely connected. Then, repeat the entire process for each of the remaining spark plugs. After you've replaced all the plugs, take a moment to double-check that all the wires or coils are securely connected. Also, make sure that everything is clean and tidy under the hood. With everything checked and double-checked, carefully close the hood. Now comes the moment of truth. Start your engine. If everything went according to plan, your engine should now be running smoothly and efficiently. You've successfully replaced your spark plugs. Want to save time? Lay out all your tools and new spark plugs before you start. This way you won't waste time searching for anything. Use a cordless ratchet if you have one. It makes removing and installing plugs much faster. Work on one spark plug at a time. Don't pull all the wires or coils at once. That way, you won't mix them up. If you need to, label them with tape. Blow away dirt before removing each plug, so nothing falls into the engine. If a plug is stuck, spray a little penetrating oil and let it sit for a minute. Don't force it. If you drop a plug, use a magnetic pickup tool. Always hand thread the new plug first to avoid damaging the threads. With practice, you'll get faster. Most cars take less than 10 minutes per plug and you'll save money doing it yourself. Let's review. If your engine shakes, idles rough, or the check engine light comes on, bad spark plugs could be the cause. You only need a few simple tools. A socket wrench, spark plug socket, extension, and new spark plugs. Work safely on a cool engine, remove the old plugs, and hand thread the new ones. Take your time, but with these tips, you can finish the job fast. Your car will run smoother and you'll feel proud you did it yourself. Remember, always double-check your work before you drive. If this helped, like and subscribe to Car Fix School for more easy car fixes. Thanks for reading, and see you in the next fix.